Good.
What's up?
Yeah.
We got it. Most everybody, almost everybody. Oh, awesome. We're coming in. Okay. So, are your brains expanded?
Yeah.
A little bit mushy too at the same time?
Yeah.
A little bit all over? Okay, that's good. That's exactly where you need to be. You are all good. Today we're going to talk about what I call the confidence scale. And it's a great tool. It's a simple tool, and it's going to help you with all the math. It's going to help you with the things you're experiencing where you're getting stuck. It's going to help you through your miserable maybe. So we'll make sure that this is a tool that you're applying to the math, applying to your calibration that's coming up, and really help you get going all the way through. How's that sound? Thank goodness, right? Goodness. Okay. You remember?
Great.
Triple vision, right? And we go this way. First vision is now vision. Next vision. Last far vision. Exactly. Do you remember the 3 questions we used to get through the tyranny of how, which was in this middle finger zone? Do you remember the 3 questions that we started with on the first day?
Yes, remember the vision.
Okay, and the beautiful thing is, because he started with the first question, it just goes backwards now. So we went now, next, far vision, and then it's let that vision pull you. So what is that vision? Why is it meaningful? Why does this matter to me? So that, and then if we go backwards, what was the second question? Do you remember?
Ask better
The
questions.
second step was ask better questions. And then what was the first one?
Yeah. Now, what's the easiest next thing you can do?
Exactly. So all to remember it, now this is the 3rd time we've done it. Now vision, next vision, far vision. And then you can just remember the steps by going backwards. Oh, the far vision, it's meaningful for me. What do I do when I get stuck in here? I ask a better question. What do I do at the beginning? I take a step. I take some action. Okay? And then we got into a distinction, did we not? Where when you're in the tyranny of how, the distinction yesterday was really, well, if it's the messy middle, you're probably exactly where you're supposed to be. If it's the messy middle, you're taking action, it's just messy because you haven't done it before. You don't know where things go. Things are all over the place. What am I doing? That's okay. You got a good middle finger there. It's kind of like a funny middle finger when you flip somebody off and it's a buddy and you're having fun and you're laughing. It's that kind of thing. It's I'm in the messy middle. This is kind of crazy. That's okay. Go with it. But we distinguish between that messy middle and what the miserable maybe. And what happened in that zone? That's like, oh, that's the scary zone, because then you realize it's not that I'm taking messy action, I don't know what I'm doing, it's that I'm holding myself back with some sort of hidden value. And I know I've got some strong values that I'm going towards or that are pulling me, that I'm aligned with, I'm congruent with, I'm going for it. I know I've got some of that going on. That's awesome. That's what's compelling me to this far vision, am I right?
Right.
You know who you are, you know who you want to be, you know what your future looks like. That's an awesome thing. But when you're in here and it's a miserable maybe, there's some version of you that's kind of keeping you a little bit stuck, right? That hidden value. And some of you, how many of you discovered and got clear with the hidden value that was holding you back a little bit? A handful, a lot of you. That's awesome. Okay, and then we looked at offering ourselves grace. I'm going to give you an example of that Peter pointed to earlier today. See that 5 times. Peter pointed to. Pointing to a lot of things. Peter pointed to earlier today about that authenticity. But remember when you felt the middle funnel and that part felt harder and he felt like he was pulling? Who did he have to get authentic with?
So
He got authentic with you, but the only reason he was able to get authentic with you, the audience, the people he's marketing to, the people he's with, his ideal avatar, was when he got authentic with himself. And that's exactly what you're doing in that miserable maybe. What are you doing? You're accepting and getting real with all of you. Oh, I'm honest with myself. I'm authentic with myself. I have a tendency to kind of get stuck in that pity party. I have a tendency to get stuck in that overwhelm or paralysis by analysis. What am I doing here? Okay, let me figure this out. And that's where You started to offer some compassion, offer some grace. And remember, in that moment, all it was wait a second. I just need to take a look at what I need right now. I just need to take a look at where my needs need to be met, and then I can keep going forward, and then then all of a sudden the messy middle is kind of awesome, right? You're not in the miserable maybe anymore, you're in the messy middle, and you're chugging away. Everybody see the distinction there, the difference there? Okay, yes.
Can I just add something here? Because many of us have had tears
Today and yesterday.
this
Yes.
weekend where we met our authentic self that was scared, weak, and we fucking beat her down our hidden lives. Number one. And so I was just talking to somebody who was an ableist.
Okay, wait.
Was that
Hang on a second. I was just talking to somebody who will remain nameless.
Still nameless. Was true. Who said, was I in a pee party? I said, no, you were in a mourning party. You were having grief over all the things that you didn't let yourself do or see or be because of that thing that was beating you down.
Can you feel that?
Yep.
Yeah. And Betsy can feel that too, because she's been there, Kim's been there, all of you have been there. We've all been there. We kick the crap out of ourselves. And if you're in that messy middle because you've gotten the courage and the tools to take the actions that you need to take, you're in that zone, and then you kick the crap out of yourself when it's already hard, is that going to help you?
Well, now.
No. And that's the thing. That's why holding each other's hands, Peter helping you and holding you and nurturing you along, that's why you're in the exact right place to be able to honor yourself and give yourself what you need. That's being authentic to you. Kicking yourself in the ass when you're already down, not so useful. Not so great. So that's the moment where we're having some grace for ourselves, and all we did in that spot, if we're in that miserable maybe, all we do is we're just looking for what question. What question is there? Is this a pattern? Oh, what pattern am I in? That's all. What pattern am I in? Because it's just an old pattern, and the only reason the old pattern surfaced is because this is something new and uncomfortable. That's all. I'm just in an old pattern. The only reason it surfaced is because I'm in something new and uncomfortable. Everybody follow?
Yeah.
Pretty simple, but when we're in it, it's not so simple. That's why you just got to remember the simple. It's just a pattern. It just needs some help. Now, remember we said those questions? Amazing questions, right? Awesome questions. Ask a better question. You ever heard the question, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? What would I do if I couldn't fail? You heard that one? There's some pretty good questions. And it's kind of like what Peter was saying earlier, where, not feeling so good about shoot for the stars and land on the moon. But there's a different question that's very interesting. What would I do if I knew I would fail? What would I do if I knew I would fail? This is a Seth Godin question. What would I do if I knew I would fail? That is your question. That's a fantastic question to test your far vision. Because if you're still going to go forward, knowing that you're likely going to have some failures along the way and may not even reach it, is it still that important to you?
Really?
Is your client still that important to you? That's a better question. Versus being in the messy middle, how do I do this? Being in the miserable maybe, what's wrong with me? Anybody recognizing those questions? Not so great. Yeah.
Just for clarification, so it could just, if you say, if I know I'm going to fail and I decide that I don't want to move forward, and that means you don't have clarity and you don't have a strong how your far vision.
Potentially, we'd have to ask a subsequent question called why. So he asked, so if I realize that I answer that question and say, yeah, I'm going to likely, if I failed at this, would I still want to go forward? Is that what we're asking? Is my far vision clear enough? Is it compelling enough to me? Is it? I don't know. Only you can answer this. That's why they have to be better questions. That's why you're not allowed to sit there and, well, how do I do this?
Yes.
Why do I suck at this? Those questions aren't going to serve you at all. That's why we want to ask a better question in this zone. The other thing we can do is give ourselves more clarity with those questions, and that's why we want to use this tool. And it's a confidence scale. Now, you heard Peter say, everybody can tell if somebody's lying. We're amazing lie detectors. Now, I have said this in multiple different environments as well, because he realized about himself, I realized about myself a long time ago that I can smell a bullshitter a mile away. And some of you might feel the same way. A lot of you might feel the same way. So if we're in that boat, there's another thing there as well. And this is a subtlety that's very, very important in your marketing. It's critical for your marketing. And it's not the lie, but not a lie detector, not a bullshit detector, but rather a confidence detector. A confidence detector. If your confidence is low to someone else, if I stood up here and I kind of hid behind the thing and I kind of tried to talk to you and look down a lot and you could tell I was super nervous, would you be as in tune or aligned or in belief of what I was saying? No. Why? Because the confidence is where? Here? Here? It's down here. You can see it. You're expert confidence detectors too. So if you're an expert confidence detector in other people, and this is the number one emotion, except for him, he's the only client I've ever had that I have to reduce this zone called confidence, and it's I've got to do a confidence audit with him instead of other clients. We're typically bringing it up. So if I've got a CEO and I'm looking to reverse engineer, I'm usually looking for an emotion of confidence in order to have them get the results that they want to get. Why? Tell me what drives your actions. What drives your actions?
Intuition is pleasure.
Your emotions.
Beliefs.
Say again?
Beliefs.
I didn't.
The purpose.
Purpose. Yes, but your purpose is going to be a feeling. It's going to be, it's an emotional state that drives your actions. So if you think of the long time ago background that I've had in high performance sport, what we're doing is we're reverse engineering the result. If the result is get to the Olympics, if the result is win this or whatever, we're reverse engineering for sometimes 4 years, a quadrennial or a full year, more, less, whatever it is. But there are how many elements that we're reverse engineering? So many of them. Power, speed, nutrition, psychology, injuries, you name it. There's so many different things. So many different, and that's how it feels in a business. You have so many different elements, it becomes overwhelming really fast. So in order for you to keep taking action going forward, it's a very simple reverse engineering. It looks like, here is my result. In order for this result to be inevitable, what actions would I need to take in order for this result to be inevitable? And there might be 50 actions, 25 of them, but just for that, never mind you, take you out of the equation, and just what actions for Joe, for Felix, for whoever, what actions would make this result inevitable? It could be a number down here, it could be anything down there. And then you go up and you're still reverse engineering, you're going, well, what would have to happen above that? I'd have to feel blank. Now, for most people, most of my avatar, it's confident. I would have to feel confident in order to take those actions or find the person to do those actions. That's usually the feeling. And then if we go just above that, we're still reverse engineering. And what do we have? We have a thought. And a thought looks like, what do I need to believe in order to feel confident? What do I need to believe in this context in order to feel confident? And then above that, you simply have reality, the circumstance, the fact, whatever you want to call it, that exists right now, something that is provable. And it might just be a different number if you're looking at business metrics. That might have been $500,000. That might have been at the top $50,000. Well, what do I have to do to get down there? I have to decide how I'm going to think about the $50,000 and make sure that that thought generates confidence, and then use that confidence to generate the actions in order to get the inevitable result. Everybody follow? So let's test our confidence. So we're just going to do this with a really, really easy metric called a 0 to 10 scale. And I want you to go right now, just take a look at your workbooks, and I want you to go in there and go to your very first step. Start with your avatar, your ideal avatar. And right there, do you feel from 0 to 10 that this is you've got your ideal avatar? You're like a 2 thumbs up, fist pump the air, you're super confident, and put a number to it. Put a 0 to 10, what's your number on that ideal avatar? And then keep going. Go to your bronze level, your silver level, your gold level offer. What's a number next to that? And then keep going. Go at your top of funnel, your mid funnel, your bottom funnel, and put a 10 next to each of those, or whatever the number is if it's not 10. So write down the numbers that are going to go next to them. Scale yourself. How confident are you in that particular thing? Take a look at it.
In achieving the thing or defining the thing?
In your definition right now. Because we just want to know that you've got clarity. Now, tomorrow, when you're not here and you're about to step into it, you're taking actions, you're taking the action, the confidence might change, but I'm going to tell you what to do with that. But right now, where are you at? Get a gauge. What's going on? Because tomorrow is going to be different, and next week is going to be different, but I'm going to show you how to treat that. So get a baseline. Let's see where you're at now that you're in with your plan. Because this is going to help you calibrate this afternoon with what needs some adjusting, what you need support with from your team, what you need to ask another question on, based on what your number is. I don't want you to take more than 2 seconds per thing. That means in the next 30 seconds, you put a number next to all of them. All of you are going to have the tendency to overthink because you're thinkers. So you're not allowed to overthink. You have a 30-second timer going right now. You get 2 seconds thing. You're going to turn the page, put a number, turn the page, put a number, turn the page, put a number. Until you've got a number for each and every one of them. I know, this is your motivational talk. Why do I have to actually say those stuff? It's like, what? Second. Okay, how many of you got all your numbers in? First, that's okay. So 2, 3, 4. Oh, we got a few more. Okay, this is good. I don't care that you all didn't get it in. That's all right. Now look at me, attention here. Some of you are going to try and finish it. You're not going to be quite there. That's okay. I know, the ones who are like, no, oh, no. Like, I see you. Here, just put the pencil down. It's going to be okay. All right, so here we go. For behavior change. Remember, we're being kind to ourselves. We're not kicking our own asses in a way that while we're down, we can kick our own asses once in a while. But when we're standing and we're ready for it, and we're going to be propelled forward, not when we're on the ground and suffering. So this is how we support ourselves. In the world of behavior change, it is very, very important. Peter alluded to this already. It is very important that you give yourself some easy steps. Give yourself some easy steps. Give yourself some easy steps. So I don't care if I'm working with a CEO or working with an Olympian, it's still the same. Whether they want to clean and jerk 150 kilos or they want to make their next 5 million because they've just reached their million mark in their business. It doesn't matter. It's the same kind of thing. It's behavior change. If you haven't done this before, this is how it works. I look at the behavior. Give me a behavior. Let's just say posting on Instagram. Let's say you really love Instagram. You want to post on Instagram. It's where you're going to get some reach. Whatever it is for you, replace Instagram with your thing. And I say to you, how confident are you that you are going to, and fill in the blank with what your thing is, post measurable X times per week? So let's say you say, I'm going to post on Instagram 3 times per week. Everybody follow? And I say to you, how confident do you feel that you are going to post 3 times per week, every week? And then you say to me, 0 to 10? Yes, 10 being the most confident, no problem, you got this, nothing stopping you. 0 being not happening, I'm dead. All right? And you say to me, I'm a 7. I'm going to say, first of all, there's no 7s allowed. And then I'm going to say, it has to be an 8 or above. You have to be 8 or above on the confidence scale in order to do this. And then I'm going to say, so what's it going to take for you to be an 8 or above? And you're going to say something like, I post 2 times, let's say maybe not 3 times a week, I really want 3 times a week, but let's say over the month, over 4 weeks, I post 3 times 1 week, 2 times the next week, 3 times 1 week, 2 times the next week, something like that. And I go, are you sure? That's like off and on. Yeah, I'm like an 8 there. Well, what would it take to be over an 8 2 times a week? And then and if you did 2 times a week, where are you at? A 9, maybe even a 10? Because I already post. I'm already posting 1 or 2 times a week anyway. It's just not as consistent. So I know I'm at a 10 because I'm posting 1 time a week all the time. So I know I'm a 10 at 1 time a week. I just need to be an 8 or above. This is what you have to do for yourself. If you are not an 8 or more out of 10 on something, figure out how to make it as easy as possible for you to step forward. You have to have some easy wins. That is how you use a confidence scale. To get your behavior changed, to get anyone else's behavior changed, that's how it starts, and you adjust it. Then what's going to happen is you go in and you start posting. What happens? Oh crap, I'm back down to 1 time a week. Why couldn't I make that leap to 2 times a week? Well, then we adjust it again. Well, how about 2 times a week or that was just Monday through Friday. What about it's only 2 times a week if it's Monday through Sunday? And then we nail it. And only through testing it do you know you have it, and only after you've tested it for several weeks in a row, at least 3 weeks in a row, that it's working, do you add a new thing that you can test on your confidence scale. Do you understand? That is how you create unstoppable momentum with progress that sticks forever, instead of going, oh, I did a thing and then I'm backing up again. I'm spinning my wheels and backing up, because most of us are trying to take a leap that's way too far in advance. Now I'm going to use the confidence scale, a different form of it, in one different way, because we just did some numbers. And here are the numbers. Pricing. I'm going to use pricing as the example. How many of you struggled with getting the price point you really want? Hands up. Price point struggles? Okay, so here's what you do. You put it on a scale, and you've got this range. And I would usually, let's say if the product was, I think Jared's was $97 or something like that. Let's say if the product was $47 to $97. And the person, no, let's take your top end product, because most of us are underpricing our top end product. I am. He has been. We're underpricing our top end product. So who has a top end product? Okay, I'm gonna go Kim here. What's your price?
for my goal, yeah.
Yes, and what is it currently?
It's currently, there's some factors with it, but it's currently, I would say, mid-range, 85,000.
Okay, let's try.
It's over.
Okay,
And I'm giving you a mid-range because it could really be up to 200.
doesn't matter. And you feel good about that because that's been going on. Is it working for you?
Yeah.
Okay, 85,000 is your price. What do you want it to be?
Well, about 150. 200.
150. Okay, so notice what happened. There's shaking of the head and shrugging, shaking of the head and shrugging, shaking. You're not seeing this, but I'm seeing it. When she's at 85, she's like, yeah, it's 85.
Maybe.
What price? She's solid. She's rock solid. But when I ask for the higher price, what happens? She's telling herself, not me. This confidence scale isn't for me. It's for you. It's for you to help you. So she's telling herself that I'm not sure about that. So then what we do is we go, okay, let's get really clear on this. Here's 85. You know you're rock solid there. And over here is 250. Here's our confidence scale for this particular thing. And we're going to do a sliding scale. That's all. A sliding scale. Simple. Here's the sliding scale. 250, no, and we're going to auction it off. All right, Kim.
So can I ask you something about this? Because for me, it is a bit of a sliding. You want me to help us? For me, it is a bit of a sliding
And it
scale.
depends on the situation and the avatar
does.
and all the things. I don't, but you have to get comfortable with a number because you're going to get the opportunity with that perfect mix of client and avatar and situation, and you've got to be rock solid. Rock solid. So this is where you pre-decide, and I really don't care about those exceptional scenarios where this adds on to this and this creates this, and it's the most perfect ball of wax and could be 250,000. I don't care. You have to be rock solid on the number before that ever happens, because then you're looking for it. Peter is referring to the reticular activating system. He's pointing to the wrong spot on his head, but that's okay.
Thank you for your paying attention.
So you are going to get rock solid, and then we slide that scale right here and go 250. It's a no. It's clearly a no. I watched your body language. You told yourself it's a no, but move it. Where are you solid?
Again, it's okay. Where I'm solid at the base is 85,000. When I add on different things, it can go up to 300. But Kari,
Take that base one, comparable to comparable. We're not comparing apples to oranges. We're comparing apples to apples.
Okay.
Your base product, without any additional things,
Yeah.
your base product is $85,000. Compare apples to apples. Do not do what she is doing right now. Do you hear what she's doing right now? Everyone can hear it. Don't do that. Apples to apples. $85,000 base product. Where do you feel amazing at $90,000?
yeah,
For the base product, apples to apples. Don't confuse it.
I feel it. Yes, I feel amazing at 90. I feel amazing at 150 for the base. I'm going to just add one thing, may I?
Yes.
Because maybe other people are experiencing this. I have clients who are like, wouldn't even flinch. And I have clients who are like, Kim, we have $60,000 in our budget.
Okay, stop. You just broke a golden rule that Peter established how long ago? Somebody tell me what it is.
Don't assume I can pay for it.
Don't assume they can't pay for it. Stop. Stop.
Right.
Okay, so back to the same question. 85,000, yes.
Do you change the product? Is that okay? Well, I'm so sorry that must be too bad for you.
Stop.
So you give them another product.
Stop. You're kicking yourself while you're down. You are not empowering yourself. You're not supporting yourself. You are causing more for yourself that's not good.
They have available credit.
Decide. Prefrontal cortex, this is the right place in the head. Prefrontal cortex, pre-decide. Okay, pre-decide. I'm so glad you are saying these things because this is perfect, because this is what we're all doing in some form or another. Because my special snowflake product and my special snowflake client, and we just pre-decide. So now you feel confident at 150. Do you feel confident at 160? And there's nothing wrong with some of your clients to grandfather them. We're talking about a new client coming in. So you could, or not, hold your price for the existing client. Okay? Do you feel amazing? Base product at 150.
Yes,
Yes, okay, we've got that. 160.
baby.
Okay, 150 is the right number. Now, some
155, I got it.
Some people go back and forth and end up narrowing and narrowing and narrowing, and it's like 157 is the number. Because it's not 150. No, I can go more. It's a 150. It's 157. Oh my gosh, this is it. 158. No! God, no! Okay? You see what I'm saying here?
Yes.
Okay. But apples to apples, base product, new client. He can correct me if I'm misspeaking anything. Douglas, you had one thing, and then I have to stop.
I want to thanks for the exercise because it just gave me some aha moments. I don't know the product until I point out the without product, and I struck with the $97 bronze, right? And I just by listening to Ken, I realized that I paid tens of thousands of dollars to know what I know today.
Yes.
And so why I would not charge $300 for a fraction of the knowledge that I acquired for the last 10 years?
How many of you have spent over $100,000 to educate yourself and get yourself $200,000? $300,000. $400,000. Like, this could go on and on. The investment is there. You have learned it and earned it. It is time to return on your investment and time to get it out to the people that you're looking to help. You're doing other people a disservice and yourself a disservice if you wallow in places that are not at your most confident. And this is a tool, the sliding scale to help you with your numbers and the confidence scale to help you with your next step. That is going to help you when you're getting stuck in the miserable maybe. Because it's going to happen around math, and now you have a math tool. Everybody follow?
Yeah.
All right. I love you. You have
Amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.